Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny? What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is a day of another day. I'm early recall. Friday. Anybody been said, what's going on, people? Let's do what was why in this video. Come on, breathe in with me. Breathe out. What's going on, people? As you already know, we lost one of the great ones, Prince, who passed away as of yesterday, and we also lost another woman by the name of Doris Roberts. And if you don't really know who she is, she's the one who played Raymond's. Everybody loves Raymond's mother. Here, her picture's right here. Okay, and we also lost China. Now, I want to talk about China, but I'm not going to talk about it just yet. I'm going to talk about her a little bit towards the end. But she was a wrestler for the WWE. I really don't follow wrestling, but I do know China. Her real name was Joni Laura. And she passed away. She passed away at the age of 46 years old. Rest in peace, Doris, China, and Prince. That's the order they died in. Anyway, the being said, what's good, people? I want to talk to you about something that I don't know if you know about this, but the rest of the person. Remember, I was telling you about the story that they said that 8 people had jumped out on a transgender woman. Her name was Shante Thompson, and she was 34 years old. She was with Willie Sims. Here, the pictures right here. Okay, you remember them? Well, like I said before, they went through the whole thing because they had got in contact with the girl. They said allegedly that was giving her such a already go. And her name was Serenity, and she came with Cornell, this right here. Okay, they was together and stuff. That was like her someone that was like an advocate that was from the community that came down to the lawyer's office, and basically they were trying to say that Serenity was the victim and stuff like that. Like I said before, I'm gonna go slower. Like I said before, it is easy to say that when a person is dead. However, they said it was like about 8 people, if you remember the story, I'm trying to give you a rough draft real quick, but they told you it was like 8 people and stuff. They jumped on her and beat her up and hit her with crowbars, and and they ended up killing her. And we talked about this before. And the thing about it was Will Sims there, he tried to protect her. He was the guy that was there at the crime scene with her when it was all going down. He tried to protect her and stuff like that, but he couldn't protect her, ended up dying as well. And basically they said they got the guy named that they said that they caught. He's 23 years old. His name is Tariq Lackings. Here's his picture right here. Okay, you see that? That arrest was made, it was 20 hours, so it must have been done yesterday. And the thing about it was that he's going to be charged with capital murder. The thing about it that's really strange is that, they caught him and stuff, but I don't hear anybody really talking about it as far as the news and stuff, that they actually have. They didn't even put, how you put suspect and stuff, but they didn't put that. Now, if you really have a problem, like, remember this story, but there's been more feedback in reference to, since she's passed on, and since Shante has passed on with Will, they passed on. And here's more stories in reference to people. They went out interviewing people, to find out more information in reference to what really happened in reference to the story.
Now following up on leads after a double homicide near several popular bars in Midtown. Drew Kratos is in Midtown with more on the investigation.
Well, the details surrounding this double killing, nothing short of brutal. Witnesses say a group of up to 8 people armed with several weapons swarmed a transgender woman and a man out here on Dennis Street at Fannin. Both of their lives ended right here shortly after gunfire erupted.
I thought it was for me or something. Somebody trying to shoot me.
A barrage of bullets echoing into the night, forcing people in this Midtown neighborhood to take cover. Witness Marcus Mukes believes those initial shots were just a warning of the violence that escalated.
They was probably shooting up in in the air letting her know, hey, I'm coming to get you.
Nukes and several other witnesses say the aggressors first used what looked like a crowbar or tire iron to hit at least one of the victims over the head. Shortly after that, the two victims were shot. Both died at the scene.
Just to know that she's dead and somebody whooped her like that and beat her like that, I think about it can happen to me, you know, and it really hurt.
Relatives and friends identifying the victims as Shante Thompson, who recently began living her life as a transgender woman, and Willie Sims. Police haven't speculated on a motive in the killings, but Thompson's mother says Shante was no stranger to conflict.
They was bothering him. They kept on picking at him. He's been telling me this for a long time. They've been bothering him and bothering him. I've been trying to keep him from down this way.
She and other family members say Thompson had been having problems with a group of guys in this neighborhood, and they wonder if those men could be behind this ruthless attack.
I know y'all watching, and I know y'all somewhere watching and looking and everything, but my son is dead and y'all still here. You didn't have to kill my son.
Homicide detectives will only say they are following up on several leads, hoping to bring these two families justice.
It really hurts me because I have always looked out for Shante. I have always, you know, been there for her and stuff. So when I got the call and I came here and saw her laying on the ground, it really kind of hurted my heart.
And relatives say Thompson was killed just 1 month shy of her 35th birthday. You know, this is not the first time that Thompson's mother has lost a loved one to violence, but she tells me that losing a child is by far the greatest heartbreak she has ever faced.
Okay, you see that? The mother's still upset. The more the mother seemed to be still upset. Forgive them for using the right pronouns when it comes down to, you know, when that type of thing. But you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. You know, rest in peace, Shante and Will Smith. Will Sims, forgive me. Will Sims was only 33 years old, and Shante was 34 years old. They said her birthday was this month. Anyway, the being said, well, they have arrested and stuff. Now, back to the story at hand. Of course, you know, we lost one of the great ones, Prince. This picture right here. Okay, and the thing about it is that, look at this. Look at Prince's picture. Yes. Got me some Prince glasses. Yes. You know, in honor of Prince and stuff like that, you know, but the thing about it is really sad because they really don't know, and it's up in the air, you know, how he passed away and stuff. And people are trying to say, of course, they're going to start Illuminati and all this stuff, because people, this is what we do. This is the kind of world we live in. And the thing about it that, you know, rest in peace, Prince and Doris, like I said before, prior. But I really want to talk to you on China. China was the wrestler. And the reason why I want to talk to you about her, I felt compelled to talk about her story a little bit more, only because I don't know if anybody know about her or just the rest and stuff, but she was going through a lot of trials and stuff, and she used to really, literally just cry a lot. And the reason why she cried is because she wanted to be accepted in the world, you know, that we lived in. And the thing about it is she couldn't go with the fact that everybody kept thinking she was a man. And she used to break out and cry. It hurt her so bad and so devastatingly. You know, she couldn't really function the right way. They said she started using drugs and stuff. And, you know, that she was self-medicated. Allegedly, that's what they're saying. But not allegedly, they kept calling her a man. They kept saying she was a man. And it really bothered her. And I really personally think that when she was alone at night, she suffered in silence. And I think, me per se, when it comes to a female being called a man their whole life, I think it really bothers them. In fact, I think I know it bothers them. But there are some people that could take that journey and some people that couldn't. And the sad part about it, they said they're not even going to induct her into the WF. You know, and she's going through that as well. And she was like the best one, in my opinion, because I don't even remember the rest of them. I do remember her because I used to think she was like Xena. Remember Xena, the warrior princess? And I still think they kind of look so much alike to me, per se. You know, rest in peace, China, and it's so sad that, you know, I feel as though we need to start appreciating people much more in this world that we live in. And, you know, it's so sad that we always try to make somebody's life so difficult, but when someone makes their life difficult, they get all upset. You know, now for some reason my page is being blown up from the left to right, so I'm getting attacked left and right, and I've been called everything but a child of God, you know, but it is what it is at the end of the day. You know, it's not really call you what to answer to. And sometimes, like I said before, I go on my own page and my stomach clench because I don't even know who's going to attack me today. And, you know, it seems like it's like a battle of more people just coming, you know, just to attack me, to let me know they hate me and all this stuff. You know, at the end of the day, that's what they do. I get it. That's your journey in life. I'm bothered. And the thing about it is that, you know, it's so sad that this is the kind of world we live in. I really wish people would embrace people much more than try to show their hate towards someone they don't understand. You know, but as a person of myself, I'm always going to keep fighting for you to the last day of my life, you know. And I was watching something in reference to transgenders having a meeting and stuff. I think it was called some type of meeting and stuff, and they ended up into a big disagreement and about a panel. I'm going to go into more of that information. I think it was Black something, but I'm not really sure. So before I start talking about that, I'll find out a little bit more information. And I'm going to share with you with about a bunch of trans women, you know, showing support and stuff in reference to their lives and stuff. And if you have a link or something that I can see it much more better, because the link I saw, it was kind of almost, I kind of have to kind of like add my own words and what I was thinking. But I wasn't really sure. That's the reason why I don't want to talk about it just yet. But it was about a bunch of trans women that got tired of being a victim. And it was standing up, it was fighting back. It was very empowering, but it was something about that kind of bothered me a lot, you know, but it is what it is. And like I said before, if anybody has a link in reference to that, that conference, I think it happened in Chicago, and they stormed the stage. If anyone knows the information, you have a link or something like that, please send it to me to my Facebook page. It's the same as up here, you know, wave it over. You know, let me see the links, like a clear one, not a link that's, I couldn't understand it. You know, it was kind of, and I can't make that out. Anyway, that being said, I hope everybody has a safe weekend, and, you know, do what you need to do as far as living your life and in your truth. Anyway, that being said, rest in peace, Prince. I will purple just for you, and clearly I hate dresses, and this is one of the ones I definitely hate. But anyway, everybody have a safe weekend. I love you, and I appreciate you, and I want to say hello to my dog. Meow. I want to say hello to my kids. Woof. I want to say hello new people. Boom. I want to say old people. Bam. And I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting what you to do. Oh, my hair. You like it? Let me know if you like this. I want you to do the best way that you can. And if nobody likes it, then